you guys can chime in on this too, because I think we've all caught up mostly, at least, on the newest season of The Boys.
We know that Dan is in it. He's in season 3.
Dan's into season 3. So I just wanted to mention the finale aired today, technically last night for a lot of folks, but yeah, aired today. We're recording this on Friday for season 3, and overall, I mean, if you've made it through seasons 1 and 2, you know what to expect on season 3. You're gonna sometimes be like, gross, how did they show that?
Yeah, I was gonna say you do know what to expect, and that you don't know what to expect. That's
true.
Yeah. Go in with no expectations.
Especially that opening. Dan, you're right. The opening of the first episode is the most shocking thing I've ever seen. There's other moments too, but that one was still just like
there was no come down after that. I'm still thinking about that, and that was in the first 15. That was before the credits.
I was like,
opening credits
7 weeks ago.
I was like shocked and grossed out and confused and like uncomfortable and like.
I think I said after that, I was like, "Can I keep watching this? Like, I don't know if I can."
Is this the right show?
Is this illegal? Am I getting put on some list?
Is somebody about to like the SWAT team about to?
So, but I just wanted to say that I do think they do a good job of this season of counterbalancing the insanity that they do, like that opening, and then like some really interesting, well done character moments, like especially towards the end. I found myself caring about multiple characters I didn't expect to. My favorite's got to be at least my favorite like show relationship has to be Frenchie and Kimiko. However you say her name.
Yeah.
So good. Like they play off each other so well. And I remember last season thinking kind of like, maybe. And this season,
by the way,
I'm just all in on
that's
those two.
Katana. She has my back.
No way.
I wouldn't try getting killed by her.
Her sword
traps the souls of its victims. Yeah, she's Katana from the first Suicide Squad. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Katana from Mortal Kombat.
I did too. I was like, I don't remember this from Mortal Kombat.
Isn't that her name? Isn't that her name, Katana? Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Whatever her name is.
It's a Katana from Mortal Kombat.
The correct answer is who cares. But yes, she.
Anyway,
she
it's very
really
good. What'd you guys think about
role.
this? I thought she really did an amazing job, and they did some cool sequences because she can't speak. Some really great sequences where that character has like these fantasies. She loves music and loves dancing, and there's even one of her final. Towards in the finale, a major scene with her is really well done. That includes music that she sees earlier as well.
I love that. It made me smile.
Yeah.
Even though it was brutal, there's a lot of brutality in that scene. I still I was like, she's so adorable.
I'm only on episode 1. I just want to throw out real quick. I really like sort of, and I'm assuming it just keeps escalating. Like the that like noise that Homelander is hearing, like almost like PTSD, like after hearing an explosion, that like that hum.
It's like he's
just his eyes
snapping,
he's just so on like the cusp of like, I'm gonna murder literally everyone.
That's the thing with his character. He's always been on the verge of break. He's just getting closer and closer to having a psychotic break in front of people. So like, we're just waiting. It's a ticking time bomb. We're just waiting for that to happen.
And that's terrifying.
I'm not going to throw out spoilers or anything and let you, if it does happen or not this season. But
it's terrifying.
That's definitely something they're deliberately building towards.
Dude, Anthony Starr's ability to break in and out of smiles that are so uncomfortable. He's so good at that, man. Like,
it's terrifying, dude.
They did it. They've made another like classic like TV villain, like where people are going to be talking about this like bad guy forever, man. Joffrey levels of like,
dude, I was thinking Joffrey too.
This guy, you know, and that's who he is. He's Joffrey with superpowers, like.
Yep. Absolutely.
Although with Joffrey, there's kind of an unexplained just brattiness to him just from the beginning. He just is what he is.
Who's Joffrey?
From Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
But with Homelander, not only this season but even previous seasons, you're like, dude had a rough upbringing and go of it, like the way he was treated and the way he So like I see how his brain is broken the way that it is. I see it, and
it's
I
through
still
trauma that has been explained, not just like this kid's evil because incest.
And they explain.
But I mean, everybody's going through their own trauma. This show has like almost every character has their own trauma.
Yes,
it's just how you handle it and how you come out the other side.
Every character's really going through the ringer this season. Even like the background characters, like everybody's going through some.
I think they brought
started on Mother's Milk.
MM came to the front this time.
His daughter's like new stepdad or whatever. Like even he's going through it.
Well, like MM's whole arc as the dad who's like watching this other guy who has stepped into his role, but he's also dealing with panic attacks and anxiety with a certain superhero and all this kind of stuff that's going on. Like they did a good job with his character this season too.
Yeah, MM has always been one of my favorite characters, and like
he's
they
great.
Just keep on handling his character really well.
I gotta give a shout out to the guy from Supernatural who I didn't really have high expectations for, but he absolutely killed that role.
Yes, I was rooting against him actively.
Yeah,
to be bad.
I was like, they're gonna write him out of the show so quick because Supernatural is the biggest piece of garbage in the entire world. And it's a Zack Snyder of TV shows, guys.
It is. I agree with you.
No. But like, I had no expectations, and like, he came in and he's playing. For some context, this is not a spoiler, Dan. He's playing like an evil Captain America. You know,
right?
Like, Captain America
blended with
They kind of briefly bring up the team, that like whole other team in that first episode, right?
Yeah, so, he's a psychopathic Captain America.
Yeah, as you learn,
there were
more
definitely
about
parallels
between
the current team and the last team.
I feel like any scene that he's in, he just steals most of the scene. Like he's on par with like the way that Homelander can command a whole scene, the way that Butcher can command a whole scene when they're in it. He in my opinion, has that kind of gravitas.
I think so too.
Yeah. Well, so then it's an excellent, script and writing with a great direction. Great direction and the great script is
the same people that do Supernatural. That's the thing. Like,
though?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, a lot of the crew is the Supernatural crew. So I just think that like maybe I don't know. They grew as creators. Maybe I don't know what to tell.
But Kyle sounds like I don't know.
I'm super stoked
maybe
for them because.
It's the Garth Ennis of it all, the guy who wrote the comics, and he did Preacher too. It's just his worlds that he creates, and the zaniest stuff possible.
Certainly not for those light of heart or whatever you want to call it,
no.
If you have any issues with stomach,
easily,
you get queasy.
Yeah. Do not watch the show.
Not kid friendly, not even queasy stomach friendly. Like it's rough. But I do think for all those things aside, if you're like, no, those things don't bother me, it's got some meaty story and character development.
I agree.
Truly.
More than I ever thought it would have, to be honest.
Same.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Same.
And it still has enough superhero kicky punchy stuff to make me go, yeah.
When people start fighting, I get pumped, dude. Yeah, I get super pumped.